Hey, y'all. This is Shanti Refuge, aka Journal Bay, and I am here on day 4 of setting boundaries. So, today we're going to talk about journaling to strengthen your boundaries. So, for the longest time, I thought my problem was that people didn't respect me. I would say no, and then they push. I would express a need and they'd ignore it. I would try to set a boundary and somehow I would still end up giving in. But one day I had to get honest with myself. The problem wasn't that people didn't respect my boundaries, the problem was that I wasn't enforcing them. And if you have ever found yourself feeling frustrated, drained, or even disrespected in your relationships, I want you to ask yourself, are you setting boundaries or are you just making suggestions? Because real boundaries, they don't just exist in your head. They're not just things you hope people will respect. There's something you communicate, stand on, 10 toes down, and follow through with, whether or not people like it or not. And more times than not, people are not going to like it, especially the ones who always cross your boundaries, your imaginary boundaries. So I'm going to let you in on why journaling is the key to strengthening your boundaries. One, it helps you identify patterns. If you don't take the time to reflect, you'll keep repeating the same patterns, wondering why the same situations keep happening. So it's more of a case of, you know, same play, same movie, different characters, the same scenario, just different people playing it. Journaling allows you to see the warning signs early and make different choices, because when you write it down and you're seeing it and you're reading it, you're going to be like, dang, this happened when I was with such and such, or this happened when I was talking to such and such. It also helps you to process guilt. If you struggle with boundaries, chances are you also struggle with guilt. Writing things down helps you to separate true guilt when you've done something wrong from false guilt, which is when you're just uncomfortable. There's a difference. And it also helps you to rehearse difficult conversations. Yes, a lot of people like to say that if you rehearse conversations in your head before you have it, you're crazy. That is not true. In my opinion, it's better when you write it down. Because if setting boundaries makes you nervous, scripting out what you want to say in advance can help you feel more prepared and more confident. So ignore what those people say about you rehearsing conversations, especially when the conversations are difficult and you're not used to having difficult conversations. So I'm going to give you some guided journaling prompts to strengthen your boundaries. First is the red flag reflection. Think about a time when someone crossed your boundaries. What were the warning signs? How did you feel before, during, and after? What could you have done differently to protect yourself? The boundary script. Write out a response of how you will handle that situation in the future. For example, if someone tries to guilt trip you into doing something you don't want to do, then you would say, I understand that you're disappointed, but I'm making the best choice for myself, because that's what it's about. Boundaries are for you, not for them. And then the self trust letter. Write a letter to yourself, reminding yourself that it is okay to choose you, because it is every time. For example, you can say, I don't have to explain myself, because you don't. And I don't have to overgive to be loved, because you don't. And my needs are valid, and I am allowed to protect my peace, because you are. So, we're going to, if you want to turn journaling into a boundary building habit, just know that your boundaries will only be as strong as your commitment to enforcing them. So, if you're ready to get serious about protecting your peace, I have a self paced guided journaling course called Guided Journaling 101, and it will help you to build a mindset and confidence to say no without guilt. It is self paced. So, go ahead and sign up today when you go to shantirefuge.com. And I will see you on tomorrow for your final um, video, which is your next steps in enforcing boundaries like a boss. Because you can do it. You've come this far. You've watched all these videos. Now it's time to, get some a lesson on enforcing them. So I will see you next time.